back to the Married at First Sight Season 12 Episode 2 review. This is Couples Couch with
Pat.
And I'm Cam. So before we talk about what happened in last night's episode, let's recap Episode 1. Let's take it on back. So Episode 1, the couples were seen telling their family and friends that they were selected to be married in 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
The husbands and wives met up for lunch. They had a meetup, and they had some really interesting conversations. Chris decided to ask the guys, what is your biggest fear when you first meet her? And he said his biggest fear is if he sees his bride and she is ugly.
Meet her. My biggest fear is that she is ugly.
She's what?
That she's ugly.
Oh. She wouldn't say ugly. I was worried about maybe a little bit that I wouldn't be attracted to her.
What would y'all do if she was ugly?
He's like, my biggest fear is if she's ugly. They all looking at him like, yo, are you dumb? Are you dumb?
You know these dudes walking around here with cameras is on us.
He's like, I just, if she's ugly, that's going to be my biggest fear. Well, then hell, Paige's fear has been activated because when she sees you. So the next few scenes, they show the couples picking out their wedding dresses and their tuxedos, and then they had the bachelor party and the bachelorette party. Vincent was shown trying to hook up with a stripper.
That was not a professional stripper. That was a hobby for her. She took no pride in her work.
Fast forward, Virginia was throwing up in the bathroom. She overdrank herself at her bachelorette party. The final scenes of episode 1 shows Clara walking down the aisle with the blindfold on. Ryan is standing at the altar with his blindfold on.
Which, that was his idea. That wasn't the show.
We know that.
Oh, okay. I just found that out.
We know that it was his idea. He said it before he walked down the aisle that this was his way of having them to have an intimate touch first instead of first sight.
My bad. I was thinking Capri Sun because he had the whole wave going in the front. He looked. I was like, damn, a tropical Capri Sun would be refreshing. Remember they got the commercials? The kid be.
I'm not doing
That's what I was thinking. Oh.
So they get up to the altar. They both have their blindfolds on. They have their first touch. They hold hands. They end the show. No weddings were seen in episode 1. It was dragged out. Here now is episode 2. So let's get into episode 2 now to see what happened.
Let's get it started.
So let's jump right into episode 2. Again, this will be a high-level overview. So only what's interesting, only what's important to the storyline of the whole show. We're not going
Cliff
into
notes.
Yeah, this is a high-level overview. So let's jump right into it. So Clara and Ryan, again, are at the altar. They have their hands touched.
A.K.A. Clara Leno. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
And they're about to unfold and...
You want to do it on 3?
Sure.
All right, 1, 2.
Hi.
Okay. What's up?
Oh, man.
Oh.
They see each other.
And Ryan thinking in his head, is Hellboy her cousin? I'm sorry.
I don't know what's going through Ryan's mind. He looks like he's very happy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Clara is like, he's gorgeous. He's, handsome and... So Clara and Ryan head out to the lobby where they have their first toast and they're talking and she asked him his last name. They talk about their astrology signs. And then Ryan asked her, so what was your biggest fear coming into this? Mm-hmm. And she was like, I'm terrified that I'm gonna fall in love with you and you won't love me back.
What was your biggest fear of doing this? That's a tough one.
I'm terrified I'm gonna fall in love with you and you won't let me back.
Wow.
Looking like, why me, Lord?
Why me?
Why me? Oh my gosh, he's looking like, please tell me she's not one of them. And then they cut scene.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes though, because sometimes they be using.
Yeah, they try to make you look some kind of way.
Insert, try to direct you one way. So I'm excited to. We'll see.
We'll give them a moment.
Yeah, I don't want to jump on them either way.
Too early.
Yeah, I mean we got plenty of material to talk about with Chris.
Let's move on to the next scene. So next scene shows Virginia and Eric are up to be married. They show Virginia in her suite getting ready for her wedding, and she's
drinking.
I couldn't even say it. She's in there throwing back shots and shots and champagne.
Kind of going all in is definitely crazy for me. Let's do this. Cheers to the bride. Again. Let's do it. It's the stranger groom.
And it's like, girl, are you?
Just give me something. Give me something.
Are you here to be married or are you here to get? Oh, no.
Whether she was here for that or not, that's what she got.
Sorry. I'm like,
she don't even remember the wedding.
No, I'm like, you came to to me that type of drinking looks like you trying to go party. Like when you get lit before a
this
party.
one wasn't her fault.
They gave her free drinks?
Not just that, but if you had to walk down the aisle with your eyes painted bright blue, you would need to be intoxicated too.
It was purple. That was really heavy purple and blue eyeshadow.
Lavender, it was a lot of things, but cool was not one.
Everybody could do them, and they had their own style for their wedding day, but I thought it was a bit heavy.
Yeah,
myself.
everybody should do them.
Yeah.
Without everybody doing them, then
we'll all be the same. Yeah.
Who would I make fun of?
That was pretty heavy. That's all I can say. But she was drinking heavy as that
Boy.
eyeshadow was. She was drinking just as heavy. And so they finally make it to the altar. Eric is at the altar waiting for Virginia to come down. She's on the other side of the door freaking out because she's so nervous to walk down the aisle. She makes it down the aisle and sees Eric, and she seems happy.
Virginia.
Very nice to meet you, Virginia.
For Barry.
Absolutely,
Her
Laura.
family, friends, and animals are very important to her.
Absolutely.
Virginia will be the happiest, most supportive person in your life. She is always dancing.
Okay.
And no matter what you think of her moves, always tell her they're good.
Will do.
But when she gets there, she's a little too happy, like drunk happy. Like everything is funnier than what it really is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she likes to dance. It's just like, yo.
She likes her animals. Like her behavior would fit perfectly in a Whataburger at 2:30 in the morning. That's where you go.
And for those that don't have Whataburger, that's definitely a fast food joint here in Texas if you don't know what a Whataburger is. But she's definitely acting like she just came from somebody's club and she is in the back of a Whataburger waiting for her order to come
Or
up.
Waffle House. We can hit Waffle House cover the whole South. Florida, Georgia, Alabama, everybody got Waffle House.
Everybody know Waffle House.
Yes. So her behavior was 2:30 a.m. Waffle House ready.
It was. I was like, yo, chill.
Yeah, that one that you this sort of, yo, shut up.
Like,
and then it all
out.
starts because
Chill
she's just too happy.
So the wedding is over and they make it into the lobby to have their first toast and just talk about their interests. And as she's walking to the table, she's like, I need a shot.
We're happy for that promise.
Yeah.
We're gonna be good.
I need a shot. I'm whole ass married.
It's just like, calm down. I'm whole ass married.
Yeah.
Wait.
Whoa.
Hold down, Virginia.
Yeah.
No, let's bring it back. So then he's like, you know, talking about how he's a pilot and this, and she's just like, yeah, our lives match perfectly. Boom. Like, wait.
I mean, he is a pilot, and I like to travel.
Boom.
He's sitting there like, okay, I'm probably going to get some, but
it gets
she's
better.
crazy.
It gets better. So after she learns what his profession is, she leads on to say, and I want you to know that I brought a cooler with me to the suite. So, you know, me and the bridesmaids will be drunk tonight, but that'll be fine.
That's like a cooler to bring up in the suite. Bridesmaids might be a little drunk, but it's not.
No.
Who did you think you married? Denzel Washington?
Why?
You ever seen that Denzel Washington movie when he was a pilot? And he wrecked the plane because he was drunk?
Oh, I don't know that movie.
That's the pilot she thought she married.
Wasn't he on drugs too?
Yeah. Denzel was living the high
What movie was
life.
that? Drop the name of that movie in the comments if you know what Pat's talking about.
Yeah.
I do know that movie though. I just can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, she thought she married him, but who she really ended up marrying was Tom Hanks when he landed on the river in New York.
Oh, the river in New York. No,
Yeah.
I don't know that. I remember when he had that little soccer ball. Wilson. No, that has nothing to do with
Nothing.
this. Okay.
He wasn't a pilot. He was a UPS delivery man. And you were wrong. And if that movie was remade today, he would work for Amazon.
Let's move on to the next scene. So then Virginia is now taking pictures with Eric, and she can't stop drunk kissing this man. Because I don't feel like this is a I like you, I'm excited to be married to you kiss or kisses. She continually like drunk kisses him. Like,
Trying to not be too whatever, but I don't know, to me, I think we're really similar.
I can tell she's kind of like, she has a little bit of an aggressive side, or just that confidence. In all sorts. This is gorgeous. But obviously, this is a stranger that I've never met, so that's a little overwhelming.
he's just like, take it easy.
He's that dude that met that girl early in the night at the bar on like spring break.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, I feel like I've been with you forever.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
He's
Yo,
like-
I'm gonna have to get rid of this chick by breakfast.
And he was like, you know, all the while, yes, we're married and I'm happy to have her. Like, it's a little overwhelming, he says, for her to be so aggressive with the kisses in the first 10 minutes. He said, this is a stranger that I married. You know what I mean? Imagine meeting a stranger 5 minutes ago and she can't stop kissing you. I'm done. I'm moving on to the next scene. So not only is Eric noticing how aggressive she is with the drunk kissing, he now peeps game that she is drinking a lot.
I need a shot, drink, anything. Can I have some wine, please? I love some wine.
Like, he picked that up, and I think the parents picked it up too, because after she introduced
Everybody
him,
at the wedding picked it up.
he
She
was just
slurred
like,
her
I
I-dos.
need a shot, I need a drink, I need some champagne. Everybody's looking like,
You need to chill.
this will be a very interesting couple to watch. So by no means am I calling Virginia an alcoholic, but I'm just saying that, you know,
I seen the lady twice, and she was fall over drunk twice. Can you point out? Her.
cannot. I mean, let's tone it down, Virginia. Okay?
Right.
Next scenes show Brianna and Vincent are up next to be married. Brianna and Vincent are both very nervous to start with. Brianna says she tends to look at the physical, and the absolute worst is that she isn't physically attracted to him when she first sees him. So she makes it down the aisle and she sees Vincent and she's very happy.
Tall, check. Beard, check. Handsome, check.
So apparently they look like they're gonna have good chemistry. They both seem really excited, really giddy.
That's not what I see
They
at all.
seem really giddy just to see each other, just to know each other. They get to the lobby and they talk about, last names. I think everybody seems to ask the same questions. But then they go take their pictures and she tells him to hold her hand.
Holding hands with my husband makes me feel really comfortable because he clutched my hand like this instead of holding it like this. When he holds my hand like that, I feel as if he'll be my secure blanket.
I know we're going to make it. Because we hold hands like this and not like this. Oh, hey.
She says he holds her hand like this. And he doesn't hold her hand like that. But when he holds her hand like this, she feels very secure and protected. Here's what she don't know. When you get married, 10 years down the line, if your husband holds your hand like this versus like this, you're going to get aggravated any which way he touch your hand.
Stop.
Why is you holding my hand?
Hot. We live in Texas. It's too hot.
Why are you holding my hands? You think I'm going to float away? Like, I can walk. I don't need you to hold me. Like, it's going to be a misunderstanding every time you touch your hand.
We don't.
But
we never have, though.
No, we haven't.
Even walking through the mall or anything.
I'm an adult. Like, you don't need to hold me.
Out for me.
Why are your hands sticky? Like, I am not 4. I can make it across the street without you holding my hand.
There's like women that want you to open their door and everything.
I'm capable.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm very capable. I mean, okay, I understand you want a gentleman to open your door. I mean, if we're walking into a restaurant, you can open the door for me, but I don't need every time I walk out this door, here you come like the valet opening my opening my door.
Oh, hold on.
I don't. That's not a requirement for me. But what are you about to say? But I know everybody requires something different in their relationship. But I'm telling you, 10 years, 20 years in,
They might be like that old couple that drinks tea on the back porch and they don't even have a TV in their house.
And they just want to spend the time all the time.
We
and
need
hold
2
hands.
TVs at the very least in the house because what you like to watch ain't what I like to watch. You can go in there, I go in here. Like, I just need to know where you at.
That's it.
I don't need to be next to you.
And me and you walking next to each other is enough for me. I don't need you to hold me like this versus like this. My 4-year-old requires me to hold his hand.
And even they don't like to. They even know, like, once we out past the street by, like,
once they get to the store door, they don't need you no more. Like, I don't need you to hold me. Gone.
Yeah.
But when you in love, you want to do you. So, I mean, not saying we ain't in love. I'm just saying I don't need all of that. I just gotta clear that up.
And another thing, she really gonna be pissed off if she like hold her hands when she hear how he was talking to that
stripper, because he was trying to hold her hand too, like this.
Amateur skin shower, not a stripper. That was not a stripper.
He was definitely trying to hold her hand like this.
He was trying to hold her sides like this.
Let's move on to the next scene. So the next few scenes show the couples that got married at their reception, and that is Clara and Ryan, Eric and Virginia, and Brianna and Vincent. Virginia and Eric are at their table, and she just starts spilling all the tea.
Because she drunk.
So my sister's gay, Jigger.
Yeah.
She's been with her partner for like 15 years.
Okay.
And the boys were like artificially intimidated.
No way. Okay.
About business that don't got nothing to do with her, and he's looking like, I don't even have the words for what he's looking like. He's like, why? That's what he's looking like. Like, why are you telling me these people business?
Today?
And what do you want me
Tonight?
to say to this, you know?
Yeah, like...
And he had the best answer, you know, like, you know, I don't judge anybody. People can live their lives the way they want to live it. And, like, what you want him to be like? Nah.
Just jump in the pilot seat and fly away from the shit.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right. And then they move over into the next scene showing Clara and Ryan at their reception, and she is just rambling on and
I always intended to walk down the aisle in my own Nikes that I made for myself, but the dress they hemmed so short, like it was supposed to like make me peek out. No, you would have seen the whole shoot. So earlier, I had my full bridal meltdown, and I was like, oh my god, there was so much makeup on my face. Also, I'd like to stay a lot of my hair, like.
Well, you have to know she's gonna talk a lot. I mean, her father was on a very famous night show.
Stop it. Stop.
She got that Jay Leno. I'm sorry. I know we're not supposed to. I can't. That's how I feel with her chin. Like, nobody else see her chin.
We all see it.
All I'm saying, if Nate Robinson
saying
would have had her chin, he wouldn't have lost consciousness.
Clara is over there going on and on about her hem job and how it was too short. Shut up. And how she wanted to wear custom-made Nike sneakers, but you would have saw the whole shoe as she walked. And Ryan is like, FML. Why does she talk so much?
Mm-hmm.
His face.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
His face says it all. He's like, I don't care nothing about this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, so moving on to the next scene. The next few scenes show family and friends giving speeches for the... I can't speak. They're showing the family and friends giving a speech for each couple at their wedding.
She sells by the seashore.
I can't get the words out, but we're not even going to talk about these scenes because they're a
trash
factor in what we care about. So the speeches were so sweet, and we're moving on to the next.
They were really nice speeches, and we don't care nothing about them. Next.
So the final few scenes of this episode shows, why are you moving like Eric away from me? I feel like that's the vibe I got. You're like,
people out there in the world throwing lawsuits around, threatening lawsuits.
So that's why you don't want to be in the scene? You trying to get out the scene? We're going to keep it tight and right for this Chris segment. So
throwing one of them success lawsuits at you.
So the last few scenes of this episode shows Paige and Chris up next to be married. Chris mentions that he hopes his bride is only interested in who he is on the inside and not for how successful he is. I truly believe that Chris thinks he signed up for Marrying Millions show, not Married at First Sight. He got his shows crossed because how much money does he really make that you have to say this in every time they got the camera on you, you talking about how much money you hope somebody ain't trying to get you for.
Yo, Chris just think everybody out for his bread, cheese, butter,
and ham.
Bread, cheese, butter, and ham. Everybody out for Chris's bread, cheese, butter, and ham.
We're going to talk more about that in a future episode. But, so they're getting dressed. were out the seat? You were out the seat?
I thought I saw a suit coming at me. It's a suit. It wasn't a suit. It was just Parmesan bread.
So they're getting dressed. And they're getting ready, and everybody's nerves are kicking in. Chris's family is seated in the wedding room, and the family decides to have a little mini convo right before Paige walks down the aisle, and the daddy says, I hope she's saved and looks good. And the mama said, and if she ain't? And he says, well, what you mean, if she ugly? And I'm just like,
I'm ready to see my daughter. If she's pretty and saved, it's a wrap.
But if she ain't,
If she's ugly,
you guys, you can't say this to people or about people.
All right.
You use a different, you say it differently. You can say the same thing, but use different words, right?
Yeah.
Like you could say, I hope Chris deems her attractive.
I don't want nobody ugly.
Oh, God, I can't.
What'd you say? I mean, I didn't want to marry nobody ugly either.
Nobody wants to marry anybody ugly, but
they
everybody wants to marry who they are attracted to. And what may seem ugly to one person is beautiful to another person. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah, but sometimes you can see the lack of it.
I'm done.
From the gate. Like,
So Paige gets to the top of the altar, and Chris is still going back and forth in his mind about, what if she's not attractive? He doesn't know what he will do. Like, he's going to run. I don't know what he meant by that. But she turns the corner. He sees her. They end the show. I don't know what's up with Lifetime this season, but they want to keep us on the edge of our seat.
Gotta keep us coming back.
For each episode. So now I cannot wait till next week to see what happens. That's the end of episode 2. So we gotta wait till next week, y'all, to see what happens with Chris and Paige. Does he deem her attractive? Is she who he wanted? Will they connect? Do they have chemistry? Jumping at any time. You're just like...
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Anybody else in the room with me? Oh, gosh.
I'm just playing. Overall, I don't think they're going to make it.
That's what you come back with? You don't have nothing good to say, and this is the good that you could come with? I don't know. I got to wait like everybody else and see what happens next week. I think it's a good guess
that they don't make it. Better?
This is going to be a very interesting season. So, you guys, drop your comments in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts about episode 2. Do you think that they could have given us something else to go with? Drop your comments below. You know we love going back and forth with you. Also, be sure to hit the like button to support our channel and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Turn on the notifications bell. Ding! So you don't miss a beat when we upload more videos. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Can I finish my sentence before you get up and go?
No.
Bye, you guys.